don't like horror films, they scare me too much.
Psycho, probably. God, I haven't seen it in ages, but I remember being very shocked.
And why? Well, Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's probably one of the first ones that I sort of saw and took notice of on telly, and with the old steel fingers, that sort of attracted me. So that's that.
Yeah.
What is your favourite horror film and why?
I don't think I have one.
Good question. Sixth Sense, because it manages to subvert most of the conventions of the horror film genre.
My worst fear? I don't know, spiders?
Hello?
Stuck in a room full of rats.
My recurring dream fear is falling. So just falling in the impression. But I don't have beyond that. So.
My worst fear is losing someone I care about.
And actually also one of my biggest fears is being attacked by birds.
Being buried alive.
I wouldn't say it.
More than we are.
My worst fear? Dying in a plane crash.
I don't love horror films. It's probably my least favourite genre. Partly because I think they're cheap. I'm not cheap financially, I just mean that it's quite cheap, recurring thrills.
Quite predictable.
They're not always predictable, but they're that thing of just making you jump. That's what gets. I think it's probably the easiest type of film to make well. So I'm not a big fan, but I watched them. I thought the first Paranormal Activity was great.
What do you like about horror films?
I don't like them, they're scary.
What do you dislike about horror films?
I don't like the way how they make them too realistic, and then when you think about it, it can actually be in real life, that's too much, yeah.
What do you like about horror films?
The blood and goriness, the unpredictability.
What do you dislike about horror films?
Maybe can be a bit too far-fetched, along those sort of lines.
I find them just a bit, what's the word, a bit too made up, and they're not real world, and it doesn't happen, and I know that, so they don't gel with me too well.
What do you dislike about horror films?
Well, they can be quite tacky and not very believable.
What do you like about horror films?
Yeah, I guess the thrill.
What do you dislike about horror films?
Cheapness that usually comes with it.
What do you like about horror films?
That's a really difficult question.
What do you dislike about horror films?
When they're far too blood and guts gory, when they aren't clever, just nasty.
Blood, guts, good storyline.
What do you like to see in a horror film?
Intelligent, psychologically realistic characters grappling with something which is going to put their lives in danger.
Sort of real sort of stuff, like that might really happen for real, as opposed to ghosts flying around the place and stuff like that.
Blood?
I expect to be scared at some stage and then made to jump. And there's some sort of killer, monster or killer.
Something which has a lot of conflict and suspense, and so the ending isn't at all clear.
I'd like it to have a good ending.
Depends on the type of horror film, but definitely there has to be some kind of action at some point.
Suspense, psychological, intrigue.
Ooh, gosh. Don't know, but possibly Pennywise the Clown from Stephen King's It.
Freddy Krueger.
Hannibal Lecter, I guess.
What do you think is the most effective horror character that scares you the most?
Yeah, but that's not really. Well, there's Wolf Creek. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like some dodgy guy that's like killing all these girls. And I don't even think it just
So
has to
like
be a normal
murderers
person.
and stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
normal person's like everyday life.
Yeah.
Skyfall.
Any genre.
What trailer did I see recently? The second Life of Pi trailer that's just come out is really good. Much better than the first one. And Les Mis, which I just worked on, did an incredible featurette, which isn't quite a trailer. They did a featurette which you can find online, which have a look at, which is amazing because it is much more about the process. So rather than, it's almost like a little 3-minute documentary, but that was very interesting.
Of any, obviously not horror, not just horror films.
Yeah.
Skyfall, James Bond.
Ooh, Paranormal Activity 4.
I think of a trailer, but we watched Woman in Black.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
terrifying. Absolutely.
I don't know. So I was.
What's the last trailer of a film that you can remember quite clearly?
Like that you've seen on TV and stuff.
Probably Twilight.
I think they're funny, they're great for the kids, great for kids' parties.
So you don't find them scary at all?
Not at all, no.
They're right.
Do you find them scary at all?
No, not really.
I'm really freaked out by clowns.
Yay! No,
Why do clowns freak you out?
Because they are the saddest thing on the earth, and yet they try and be funny.
I don't mind clowns.
Mind what? Clowns?
Mind.
Oh, they're scary clowns.
Clowns? Yeah, that whole like scary clown thing doesn't really, I'm not particularly scared of clowns. I guess I liked them as a kid. I don't care too much for them now.
If you were going to make a horror about the circus, what would you pick as who would you pick as the villain?
The clown would be the murderer.
Do you find clowns scary?
Kills our idea.
They're cool.
Because they literally it's the whole film just murdering people that are just on a little trip on their little holiday, and they all just die and they all get raped. It's just wrong. It's just not right.
Probably The Exorcist, just 'cause it's absolutely chilling.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay. Why was it so terrifying?
Well, the obvious with the cutting up of limbs with a chainsaw and everything.
What props?
Yeah.
For some reason, the first one that comes into my mind is that scary mask, scary movie, Scream mask.
Yeah.
Other props, knives, knives, chainsaws, things that represent violence.
Like weapons.
Knives, masks, blood.
Fake blood? Okay. Fake makeup?
I think for my blood, knives, or axes.
What props? Ooh, definitely some kind of dark room. I don't really know actually. No, not sure.
Blood and axes and stuff.
Something psychological, it's a little bit like that really fucks with your head. I thought Paranormal Activity was good because it was really simple and it was really scary. It was obviously trying to do too much gory blood doesn't really do it for me, but you know. Oh, Hitchcock, Birds actually, changed that as my favourite and also the most scary. That fucked me up.
I don't know, an abandoned house and then a bunch of teenagers there and there's some masterpieces.
a storyline that's not like. I don't like this boring one where it's literally just like, oh, there's a scary person and then they die and then it's like another scary. It's just, I don't like. What's that one called? Oh, is it? The one where they have the premonition. And then there's kind of. Oh no. That's Final Destination. Yeah, I don't know that one.
Was something that would keep you sort of glued to the screen, you know, to keep you interested and all that. I can't really elaborate on, yeah, because I'm not the biggest fan. I'm so sorry.